What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. I hope that you have enjoyed the video so far. I made a video and uploaded it Monday that had to do with Boosted and his new car. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, if you didn't, let me know. Let me know if you want to do more. And I hope you enjoy this video, and let's kick it off right here. Let's talk about the Chief and Chuck rival. As you know, Chief made it to number one, and do not think very many people doubted that he would, but I was hoping that the rematch between him and Chuck would go a lot better than it did. Actually, both of the races that Chief raced to get to number one, neither one of them was as good as I was hoping. I still don't know of those three cars which one is the fastest and consistently the fastest. I still feel like Ryan Martin with that Fireball Camaro is the fastest car that they have there. I feel like that red Camaro will hold that number one spot as long as he wants it to, or as long as he needs it to. That is the fastest car in the 405 in my opinion. Speaking of Ryan Martin and the Fireball, when the show come on and him and Chuck was goofing around on golf carts, it's kind of like they was the new farm trucking Asian. You know, the little antics and stuff that they did. You know, I said this in several videos already. I really wish that they would go back to doing some of the crazy stuff they done. You remember the ice cream dream, you know, and when they went and decked out in camouflage, you know, all that was scripted on the show, but I didn't like it at the time, but now I miss it because it was something different than just the so much tense and animosity of the racing. Don't get me wrong, I love to watch the racing. That's the main part of the show. That's why we all watch the show, but it kind of breaks it up and it is a little something different, and I miss it and I wished it would come back. And another thing I want to kind of slip in there is, I said it last video, and I don't know how many people has paid attention since I said it, but has anybody noticed they said that there was 2 more list races of the season, and they have only went out of town one time this season, and that was against Memphis, the very first episode, when Mustang Mike wrecked his car against Kamikaze. I really wish they would have went out of town a lot more. I understand this No Prep Kings is going to kind of take the place of that maybe, or, you know, I don't know. Another thing that happened, and that would have been Monza getting so upset that Doc called him out, but he had to. The new rule says that you have to race down before you race up. So whether it would have been that night or the next week or whatever, he had to race Doc before he raced up. And as big of a losing streak as Doc has been on, I don't blame him for calling him out. I really don't. Brandon, his son, got upset. From what they said on the podcast when Monza was on it, that Brandon is really not that bad of a guy. The show has always just showed his bad qualities or the bad side of him. It's every man for himself out there now, and I like it. I like it that everybody's out there for blood, you know. Another thing that I noticed on Monday night's episode, and that was that not only Monza, but there was a few more cars broke. Do you think that all of the cars breaking has anything to do with the new rules, the new time limits, and that sort of thing? Okay, another race I want to talk about, and that was Lutz and Farm Truck. And I want everybody to understand that, yes, that car of Lutz is fast, but it shows exactly how fast it is when it raced that farm truck, because that farm truck is not a slouch. That farm truck is stupid fast, and for him to put that big of a gap on him, that shows how fast that 57 truly is. Okay, one more thing. I want everybody in the comments to give me how you think the top 5 will be at the end of the season. I feel like it's going to be Fireball, Chief, Chuck, Dave, Monza. That's how I feel like the season will round out. That's how I feel like the top 5 will be. I want to know what you think the top 5 will be, and do you think Chief will go out on top? I think the way last year ended up, I feel like he will. And also, remember, the new Murder Nova is going to set at number 10 on the last list race of the season. That little bit got slipped out in a video that they done on Facebook, and if you was paying attention to what they was talking about when they was talking about it, he said it would end up at number 10. That's about it for the 405 that I want to talk about. One thing that I do want to bring up about Memphis, I'm not going to make another video this week about Memphis. I'm going to put it all in this one video. And that was the fight deal that broke up between the Lunchbox and his bunch and, you know, Doughboy with JJ and them. And I like how that played out. I really like how JJ is kind of sticking to his gun and trying to separate himself from the rest of the street racing shows that went on, the Street Outlaws, NOLA, 405, you know, he wouldn't give in to the flashlight. I really thought he would to get the races done and to have more footage, but he stuck to his arm drop, you know, ways, rules, and, you know, sent the guys home. And one more thing that I want to say before I do a little Q&A that I have been saying I was going to do, and I've got several questions and I want to answer the questions for you. And that is, I want to go back to the video that I made about Chief asking for 20% of the gate at these no prep races and wanted everybody's opinion on whether it was fair or not. I want to reiterate and clarify what I said in this video. I did not say that I heard it. I did not say that it was fair. I did not even say that it was true. All I said, and is what I'm saying now, is that a subscriber of mine whom was racing at that race heard the promoter or the track owner, one of the two, saying that the reason Chief was not there is because he had to have 20% of what the gate brought in to be there. So I was asking my subscribers, my following, the people who's watching my videos, whether that was out of line or not. I didn't say either way, and I don't know either way, you know. I feel like he does deserve something because he put drag racing where it's at today. Big Chief and Midwest Street Cars bunch, along with the rest of the 405, is the reason that Street Outlaws is on today. The reason that these no prep races and drag racing and street racing has blew up like it has is because of Street Outlaws. So he's kind of like the godfather of all this that's going on. You know, I know that there was always people who street race, and I know there was always people who no prep, you know, the king of the concrete back in the day. You know, I know all this, but there would not be half as many cars doing what they're doing right now if it would not have been for the 405 and mainly Big Chief doing what he done. If I disrespected him or anybody by saying what I said, that was not my intentions and not my intentions now. I'm not a nut rider or dick rider or whatever that everybody's wanting to say. I'm not looking to get rich or gain much by talking about this. This is my outlet to talk about my passion, which, like I've said before, is cars, racing. I grew up at the track, yeah, at the track, but I grew up drag racing. My whole entire childhood was spent drag racing. This is not something that I watched a television show and fell in love with. This is me. I've done it my entire life. I love it, and this is my outlet to communicate with someone else who feels the same way and has the same passion as I do. That's all I'm trying to do, and I get information from my subscribers, and if I feel need be, I'm going to put it back to the rest of the people. When I got this email, I thought about it for a minute, and I couldn't come up of whether it was justified or not, so I decided to ask you. I got about a 50-50 answer of, yeah, he deserves it, or no, he don't deserve it. I'm not, you know, either way. I'm unbiased on it completely. And if I have offended anyone by saying what I said, then I'm sorry. I'm going to end this video a little bit different, and that's with a Q&A. Okay, first question. Do you feel like Ryan Martin deserves to be at number one? Yes, as I've said before, I feel like he does. I feel like he's not just some Joe who built a car and tried out for American Idol and luckily has got his way to number one. The guy's on B&R Performance along with Billy for years. The car's fast. He has proven that he can street. He's been on the show since season 1. He helped with Freaking Ricky's Mustang. He helped with Jackie's truck. He's been around all the guys forever. They've known him forever. But to answer your question, yes, I do feel like he deserves it. Austin King says, can you give me a shout out in your video? So shout out to Austin King. Thanks for watching. And I appreciate the comment. I appreciate you participating with the Q&A. And thanks for watching. All right, here's one more. What is your favorite car on the list? Okay, that is a two-part question, and I'll give you the answer. As far as looks goes, without a doubt, that 57 of Jeff Lutz. But as far as my favorite and my one that I want to see succeed and do good on a daily basis, that would probably be Kamikaze. And it's just because I've always pulled for an underdog. I think that's why I like JJ so much. Is Street Outlaws fake? That's one that I get a good bit. And the answer to that question is also going to be a two-parter. And the racing, no, there's no way that racing's fake. They don't let the faster car win. They don't let a slower car win. They don't let nothing. They don't break on purpose. There's no way the racing's fake. Every other aspect of the show probably is. Rodney F. says, thanks, brother, as always. Would love to have some input on the car. Just glad you're keeping it real for us. And the car he's talking about is none you see here, and that is the car that is fixing to come to this channel that you cannot miss the build that is fixing to happen here. This channel is going to evolve into a lot more than what I have been talking about. I'm always going to have this side of the channel as far as Street Outlaws goes, but the channel is going to grow into so much more that you cannot miss. I promise you. If you don't like my videos, if you do like my videos, either way, the stuff that's fixing to happen on this channel, if you are an automotive guy, if you are a car guy, if you remotely like automotive, racing, or just beautiful pieces of art, so to speak, in general, you're going to want to stay tuned to what this channel has to come. Stick with me. Like I have said, hey, this channel is blowed up very fast, and I'm working on it. You know, it's blew up, and I'm trying to keep up with everybody at a rate that is almost impossible. I spend every waking moment when I'm not at my regular job doing something for this channel. And I know that you don't see a lot of it, but I promise I am. Stay with me. I promise it'll be worth it. But with that being said, I'm going to end this video right here. If you want to participate in the next Q&A, send all your information, all your comments, send all your questions to the email address on the screen right here. There's an email address somewhere right in here. Send all your questions there, or send any comments or anything you just want me to know. You know, I will try my best to work it into a video, but send everything there or drop it in the comment box below. Thank you very, very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Godspeed. See you next video.